Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide, and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Brian+Post. Tonight we are going to talk about parenting the way you were parented. Unless, you hear that plane going over? Well, this is like the last evening before it gets really wintry here in Oklahoma. So I thought I would get outside and get a little fresh air and share with you all and see if I can't share something very important with you. So John Bowlby, and this comes from a topic I thought. I'm doing a new parenting series on Instagram. So every day I do a 60-second Instagram show called the 60-Second Parenting Show, and this is the new parenting series. So it's for parents who are, obviously new parents and giving them some things to think about and some ideas. And today I shared John Bowlby's sentiment on mothering the way we were mothered. And John Bowlby is the father of attachment. So he came along in the 50s and he shared all these great ideas and concepts about how parents and children interact and what's essential for kind of lifelong healthy development and relationships. And then in the 90s, Alan Shore came along and just blew up. I mean, he just blew up attachment theory by bringing in, not blew up in a bad way, but in a good way. He just took it to the next level, I should say, by bringing in neuroscience and bringing in the understanding of exactly how the physiology and the neurology all works together and what makes this a really beautiful process. Well, one of the things Bowlby said is that we mother the way we were mothered. And I expounded on that to mean we parent the way we were parented, because obviously there's more than just one parent in many homes, and sometimes there's a single father raising a child. So it can't just be being mothered the way we were mothered. So we parent the way we were parented, unless you become really conscious of how you do the things you do. The reality is the people who raise you, your mom and dad, grandma, whatever it may be, they spend the time they spend with you and the time you spend with them. Those are countless minutes and hours, and someone should probably add it up. I'm 45. I had no idea how many seconds and minutes and hours that is that I was parented by my parents, but it forms imprints, and we have something in our brain called the mirror neurons, and the mirror neurons reflect back who we are interacting with. And so, hey, Angel and Lisa, and hi, Mom, I see you up there too. They mirror back who we interact with, and over time, those become repetitive messages in our brain and our body system. And so when we get older and when we have children, we go back to those imprints. That's our unconscious. That's our state level of memory. That repetition gets stored at the state level of memory. And we just reenact that. I mean, it's like automatic. It's autopilot. So many of the things you do today as a parent is on autopilot. You're not thinking about it. You're doing it because your parents did it, because your grandparents did it, because your great-grandparents did it. You're not really questioning yourself, and you're not really questioning those messages and those experiences that you had to really see, is that really what you want to do? And what I like to say to parents is evaluate the way you were raised, because not all of how you were raised was bad. I mean, in fact, I don't think it's bad at all. You are who you are. You're where you are because of your parents and because of your upbringing. So it's not about blaming anyone. It's about just looking and seeing, is this really what I want to sow in my relationship with my child, or do I want to sow something different? And if you do, then you have to make a conscious choice to do something different. But here's the challenge. We have a tendency, if we viewed our parenting or the way we were raised, if we view it in a really negative light, we have a tendency to go from one side of the what's the word? It's not the continuum, although I use the word continuum. What's that little thing that goes back and forth? Yeah, that thing. We go from one side all the way to the other. Someone tell me what that is. You know, what's that swinging, that pendulum? We go from one side of the pendulum to the other side. And then what we do is we move into extremes. So we're going from when we go from one side to the other, then we're out of balance. And so then what parents will do, if they were raised by really strict, really firm, really tough parents, they will swing pendulum. Thank you, Angel. They will swing and be really lax, really passive. They will give in to their children a lot. And then essentially what you end up doing is the exact same thing. And the exact same thing that your parents did was an extreme, right? So the goal is to find a balance. Identify the things that your parents did that felt really good to you. And then identify the things that they did that didn't feel good to you. And the things that they did that felt really good, do more of them. And the things they did that didn't feel good, write those things down and ask yourself, how can I do something different with my child? And that's where you're going to find the magic. That's where you're going to find the balance. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. And that is when you start changing the lineage of your family. And I can talk about that in another episode. But remember, we parent the way we were parented unless we are really conscious and we choose to do something different. And so I want to close, as always, by saying we always have two choices. And this ties in perfectly. We can continue to react from our same imprints of fear and stress and overwhelm, or we can stop, we can slow down, we can take 3 to 10 deep breaths, and we can choose love. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate all of your comments. I appreciate so much that you like and that you share these videos, because we do it for you. I do it for you. I want to educate you. I want to help you. I want to inspire you. I want to uplift you. And so thank you so much for doing that. We're growing at about 100 new followers a day. And so that's so cool. So please just continue to like and share. If I say something worthwhile and you think it's worthwhile, please share it with those who are important to you. So I just want to say God bless you. I hope you lay your heads down tonight. I hope you wake up in the morning and you're refreshed, you're revived, you're energized, you feel loved, and you are ready to make it an amazing day. Good night, everyone.